Okay, I'm back in Tennessee, as you guys know, one of my favorite places to visit because I have so many dear friends here. So today I'm visiting my friend Raechel Myers, who I met through our mutual friend Angie Smith. Raechel and I met a few years ago, have been at conferences together over the years, and have just really enjoyed getting to know each other and especially connecting over running a business, being a mom, and doing all the things. Raechel is the founder of She Reads Truth, and she's just one of my dearest friends, so we're gonna go in and cook with her today. She has never spiralized, so we're doing a couple different recipes, but I brought her a spiral slicer. We're gonna get in there and show her how to use it. Some of my closest friends have come from connecting through our businesses and passions. The problem? They're located all around the country. They're actors, authors, business owners, activists, chefs, artists, speakers, and musicians. But the two things they all have in common, they're my friends and food is their vehicle for gathering their loved ones. Social media, it opens us to a world of new people, and even though there's miles between us, a comforting meal with a soul-filling chat can feed our friendship in no time. So I'm jumping on planes and showing up in their kitchens, because cooking is always more fun with friends. Hi! Oh, hi, lady! Hi! Are you ready? This is for you.
Oh, exciting. Oh,
We get to spiralize, and I've got groceries. You ready? Let's do it. Let's start. Well, I'm gonna unload some of the stuff I brought here, and we can talk about it.
So my daughter Hazel, her favorite cookie is a recipe that not only do I not know, but I've never made it for her.
You haven't made it?
No.
Who's made them with her?
Our neighbor up the street makes your cookies.
Oh, I met her at your
Dina.
birthday party.
Yes.
Yes.
She makes your cookies all the time, and it is embarrassing as a mother that my daughter's
Okay.
favorite cookie recipe, I've never even made it
Okay,
for her.
does she like Gingersnaps just normally? Like that's just
Yeah.
like her thing?
Yeah, but she likes yours.
I like that she likes mine
I know.
because grain-free stuff doesn't get as crispy, so like
Okay.
they're not as snappy as,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't
like,
think, I feel like it's the flavor for her. I don't know
Okay,
that
good.
it's the snap.
Well, good. I'm glad I got the flavor right then. All right, well, you're gonna know how to make them now.
I'm gonna be a better mother after
We
this.
have some of this stuff I'm gonna like try to separate because some of this stuff
Great.
is for cookies and some of it
Okay.
is for our carbonara. So the first thing we need to do is get out a saucepan. And I know that's a little bit strange.
That's for the honey, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, because because these didn't get as snappy, as crispy as normal ones did, I boil the honey first so that like have you ever done any like candy making?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know like when you heat sugars and then they cool, they get like
They get a little, like making caramel.
yeah.
Did you come up with that on your own? Like you're like, how do I make my ginger snaps more crispy?
Yeah.
I boil the honey. That's awesome. I love this.
Yeah. So
do you need a
that's-
measuring thing? How much honey do we need?
we need a quarter-ish.
Okay.
cup. Yeah, quarter cup.
White raw honey.
Yes, so I always like raw honey that's light, so like that white.
Yeah.
I just think that it makes the flavors better.
Here's this little guy if you need it.
Look at that. Yeah, that's great. We're doing almond flour instead of cashew flour because that's what I had. And you can sub those things interchangeably, which is nice.
I love this. All right.
So that brand is called Welby's, and it's just like the finest.
Yeah.
So when a lot of times when you do grain-free baking, things can be kind of
It's gonna get
grainy,
clumpy.
which
Okay.
is funny, but not. And I like this one because it's like the closest to regular flour consistency that I've ever found, which is big for me. I'm a big like texture
That's fair.
person. Well, especially when you can't eat certain things, you know, it's like you want it to taste and feel as similar
Like
to
what you're used to.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I
Arrowroot
brought arrowroot.
powder.
So this is like,
What is that?
yeah, it's like
It's so
kinda
like-
a cornstarch.
It looks starchy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's what helps make these crunchy as well.
We need a quarter cup, so I'm just gonna rinse this cup.
Okay. You could also like eyeball it and do a half of this if you want.
You will on it.
Or you could do 4 tablespoons, which is also a quarter cup.
I love you.
I feel like I relearned math
Yes.
when I started baking.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know that I would have known some of this stuff before, but now it's like once you run out of clean measuring cups so many times,
You're like, I'm
when you're
gonna make
testing
this
recipes, you figure out how to get around
I
it.
keep a little cheap magnet in my
There you go.
on my fridge.
Oh, 2 tablespoons of this, please. And so I just went and got bulk bin stuff.
This is like Whole Foods?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's cheaper than buying like the full bag if you don't know if you're gonna use it again, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, I'll leave everything with you, but I was like, I don't wanna give you big bags in case you won't use them.
In case for some reason I'm like,
case you
this is
send-
terrible.
In case you send Hazel
Glad the
back up to
camera's off
neighbor's
now.
house instead. 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, I'll let you do that. I'm gonna check on our honey. Did we do
Yes.
baking soda? Okay, I'm adding the ghee. And I'm
We can do that quickly because that honey is smelling ready.
It's gonna boil.
It's gonna be amazing.
Oh.
And then while you do that, I'll add the baking soda.
Okay. Wonderful. I took the honey off.
Oh, good. Where is it?
It's
oh, back there.
Back of the stove.
It smells good.
Yeah, but we are gonna blend before we
These.
add the honey.
I'm seeing that. Yeah.
This way. We're gonna just do that while it's
I'm just gonna go down our list.
Yeah.
Honey, coconut sugar,
Thank you for
ghee, vanilla we didn't add.
Okay.
Cashew flour I did add.
okay.
Arrowroot powder.
We
did that. Yeah. Coconut flour, ground ginger, ground cinnamon,
Yeah.
ground nutmeg, baking soda.
I think we're good.
We got it all.
I think we got it.
Great.
I like your efficiency. You're very organized, which is why you run a company. Okay, so
We just read lists out loud all day.
going to pour this. How is everything going with the office?
Good.
You guys busy right now?
We're very busy. Here we go. Yeah, our big push that we just finished is He Reads Truth Bible. Did I tell you we're doing that?
You did.
Ish. Yeah. I probably told Ryan that.
When is the
May 1st.
Okay.
So it's still a little ways away.
Okay.
Publishing takes a long
I
time.
was gonna say it takes a long time.
Is that good? Like, what are we looking for here?
Yeah, we're getting there. Let's let it go for a little bit longer. There it goes. See how it's
Ah,
starting?
yeah. Oh, so you just have to stick around and let it do its thing.
True.
I've never made cookies without eggs. Is that like on purpose?
Because they don't get as crunchy.
Oh, because they would like fluff up like a cake.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not like a
I do have to be honest.
dietary limitation.
No, I looked to make sure that we didn't
Like miss the egg, because that's the other liquid thing that you would typically.
Right.
Yeah.
So can you grab me 2 pieces of parchment paper?
Yeah.
And we'll roll this out. It's still a little crumbly. I'm gonna just do like a teaspoon.
My mom taught me.
What'd she teach you?
Well, she just said a cook's best tool is clean hands.
Oh.
Which I just like, it made me think of it because you were just like, honestly, I have like 100 tools in this kitchen, but like using it with your hands. Clean hands, cook's best tool.
Agreed.
Thanks,
Agreed.
Mom.
Okay, let's go over here. Oh yeah, this helps. I added a teaspoon of cold water just in case.
Oh,
because,
smart.
You know, we did
So if it's
switch-
not clumping,
Sticking.
cold water is good.
We did switch from cashew flour to almond flour, so that could be why too, because cashew flour is a little bit more oily.
I love that this doesn't faze you. That you're just like, well, we got this.
I know.
At least you don't act like it phases you. You're doing good.
As long as we can roll and cut these, then I'm happy. If we can get them in the oven, then they'll end
They'll
up
do fine
sticking
in the
together.
oven.
But yeah, I think we're gonna be okay.
All right.
Yeah, see that? That's what we want. I think the honey just needed to cool a little bit. The ghee probably needed to melt a little bit. I kind of didn't follow my instructions fully.
So the book, gentle reader, says is it melt the ghee in with the honey before you add it to the dry ingredients?
And the palm sugar too, so
Also.
we just skipped a few things.
So,
But that's okay.
if you don't follow the instructions exactly,
It'll still work.
That's fine.
That's
It's still
what
going to
we're
work. But just imagine how much more it'll work if you read
If you
the
actually,
instructions.
the instructions that I painstakingly tested, you can roll that out. And then we'll cut with biscuit cutters. Do you have biscuit cutters?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's see. Let's make sure that we can
Hazel is
lift
going to be
the-
so happy when she comes home from school.
What time does she get back?
3.
Something? Yeah.
Now we're spiralizing.
Now we're gonna spiralize.
This
as
is
soon as
getting
those go in
good.
the oven. I will teach
I've
you.
never done this.
It's fun. I mean, it's like when you can't have pasta.
Or if you just want to eat
Or if you
well.
just
Like even if you can have pasta.
Well, even in like a salad, to do your veggies that way,
Yeah.
it just makes it more fun.
That's
so there's like a
fine.
bunch of different discs. This one would probably do your apples.
Okay, yeah.
Or like potatoes or whatever.
Oh.
We're gonna use one to make these noodles, and I just have to make sure I can get it out of here. Do you want to put those in the oven?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, please. 350, we already preheated, so we're good to go. And I'm gonna use, this one makes like thicker. Let's go. We can decide. What do you want to do, bigger or smaller? This picture right here, I think is this one.
Well, then let's make it look like the picture.
Okay, let's do that. So for this machine,
Yeah.
you kind of have to cut this into some smaller
That makes sense.
pieces.
Okay.
And I usually
gonna
use
hand that
just
to you.
this part because this one has all the seeds in it.
Right.
So you can use that for something else, which is nice. Okay, I was not expecting these to be very sharp because they just don't look like they would be, but they're great.
Yeah, these are, if I may say, this is my favorite. Like I probably, They're not expensive. They're Williams-Sonoma with a little sheath.
Yeah, I like it.
And they're gray, which I like.
And of course you do. And like they go very well with
your
your
aesthetic. Of course you do. So like a traditional carbonara is gonna have pancetta in it and a lot of times peas.
Yeah.
And, or like a green vegetable.
Yes, so we're leaving that
and then
out,
like a cream sauce.
Yes.
So Danielle's carbonara
Danielle
has pancetta, but our veggie is actually the pasta.
Right, exactly.
Look at us go.
Look at you go.
But then you do something that I love, which is add some like crisped sage to it.
Yes, that's my favorite part, I think.
Butternut squash and ripeness. Like, is this how it's supposed to feel this hard?
Yeah, it's supposed to be hard.
Okay, which makes it spiralize well.
Yes.
And not be too
does,
watery.
and it doesn't get too mushy. Yeah, those winter squashes, they never will get softer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. Okay,
Great.
so I have a cup of onion. You're getting close there. Just
Getting there.
get the rest of that white out, and then we should be good. So what we're doing, I'll get the sage.
Are we
That's what
gonna,
I'll do next.
we kind of pre-brown the sage?
So we're gonna actually just do full, pre-brown, full leaves, and we're
Yeah.
cooking it in some of that rendered pancetta fat, and that's kind of what.
Oh, smart. I was gonna ask if you, because you wouldn't use butter.
No,
so
and
it's gonna
I use
be
ghee. We'll use ghee and a little bit of this as well when we finish up the dish.
Smart.
But yeah, so you cook the meat first. If you're using bacon, same thing.
Don't
and then
waste
you'll
that
leave the
pancetta fat.
Yeah, it's
good.
good flavor.
Okay, are we also in that?
Yes. So, I think
Those are our
are done.
cookies. Oh yeah,
Good.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
great.
Perfect. Perfectly brown.
just brown.
The colors of this are so pretty too.
That's I think what struck me.
I-
It just feels so like that's a dish that I would serve. Like if I had people over for dinner, I'd be really
Excited.
overly
too.
proud about it.
Okay, good. So essentially what you want is you want this to stick into this, and then you've got this other sharp part right here that you want to it goes through. So you I always just secure it there first, and then push this guy in. And then that's it, and you just start, you just turn your crank, and I'll let you do the next one, but you kind of push a little bit inwards as you're turning it, just to keep it moving, especially with something that's this hard. I love your appreciation
I
for it.
care about this. This
I
is
know you
art.
do. This is art. This is what
This
you
is
do
like
best.
Matisse out of a machine.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, and so it leaves a little core. Just like give it to your kid to gnaw on.
Or your dog.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you do that one while I go stir. I'll cut up a couple cloves of garlic and make 4.
So in whatever fat is still in there,
We're gonna do our onion.
Onion.
Yeah, I'm gonna add, you know what, that ghee, will you just add about a tablespoon of that? I think we're gonna need it.
yeah.
Thank you. And I'm not just like rough chopping my garlic here because we are gonna blend it all up, so don't worry about, and your onion too, like don't worry about it all being perfect. So to the pot.
Here we go.
I'm adding. Sometimes I feel like I talk in that way because I write
Yes.
recipes, you know, it's like, whoa, sorry,
That's
Rach.
You're gonna eyeball it, aren't you?
Yeah, can you just pour me a cup of milk? You want me
I'm
to
gonna
tell you
eyeball
when?
it.
You want me
Yeah.
to go ahead, dump in, I'll tell you when. And that's good. Okay, thank you.
Okay, go. Put it down.
Okay.
We're gonna
that
add
is
a little
definitely
bit
good. We want it
of
to be
cashew
like-
milk to
yeah,
this.
We're gonna add a little extra.
So-
This is kind of an eyeball stage. So, if you use store-bought cashew milk, you probably wouldn't need to add this
In
much,
here
'cause it
right
wouldn't get
now
this
is the we sauteed the onions and
Yep,
garlic
yep.
in the pancetta
We took the
grease.
pancetta out, though.
Grease, just in the grease.
Yes. So it's in here right now. It's just, hold on. Okay,
That got thick, yeah.
I added a little water because it got a little thick. That's pretty good. I mean, you want it to be creamy. So if we could do just a little bit
little
of
lemon juice.
And then we're also going to add our egg yolks.
Here, let me
at
get
this
you a
point,
knife.
too. So how about you do that? I'll grab my eggs. And this could be something that you could leave out too if you didn't want it, but it helps make it creamy and really rich.
Yeah.
And a traditional one does have egg yolks, so it's kind of that flavor that we're going for here. But the cashew milk on its own makes it so creamy anyways that
I love that.
it's not like an absolute necessity flavor.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to blend that up again?
Yeah. Where's our little lid
Yeah,
guy?
top guy. And then we're
Just
gonna
in
need to
case.
season it with some salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then we'll cook our noodles. Let's heat 2 tablespoons of that ghee on there. And we're just gonna saute the noodles and then we'll be set. And then we'll add everything back together and
Yum.
we're done. And I also,
And our cookies are cooling.
these are cooling.
You said about 2 tablespoons of this?
Yes, 2 tablespoons. And I toasted some walnuts in our oven since it was already hot. We're gonna just put those on top.
Pepper is key with the carbonara.
Pepper is key.
You need a
Agreed.
good pepper.
Great. So is salt, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like a good dose.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, once that's hot, go ahead and just add the noodles in. You can always adjust. Okay, I'm gonna look.
These are just so pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
Oh my word.
And they'll cook down a little bit.
I love that.
Okay, now let's see. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, salt at the end.
And I'm trying to keep, sorry, I'll wait till that's done blending.
okay.
No, you're okay. I'm trying to keep these intact. Like, don't like crunch them and like try and break them
they look nice.
that's part of the fun.
Yeah, I would try to keep them intact. They're going, as they cook though, they're gonna lose their shape a little bit.
As they cook, they do lose their shape, but they're also getting like a little bit lighter. Like that's how
Yeah.
I can tell which ones are cooked.
Yes.
Okay, so another question. We're on purpose not putting a lid on this. It would make it cook faster, but it would also make it soggy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it would
Yeah.
steam it.
Okay, that's good. You wanna taste that?
Yeah.
I just dipped my finger, yeah, thanks, great. Making sure you're okay with that.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
I added a little bit of lemon, a little bit
Oh,
more salt.
wow.
But it tastes like cream, right? Like dairy.
It really does.
And there's no dairy.
This is my baby's first cashew milk.
Baby's first cashew milk.
Wow, it also has a nice pancetta flavor to it.
Yes, it does.
Which does not hurt.
Which is not gonna hurt. Do you want one of these, Lily?
Yes. Those are so crispy. I think that you found a new way to make them crispier.
I think I did too, the water.
Yeah.
I actually,
And maybe adding the ghee,
and maybe adding
not
it.
melting
Uh-huh.
it. Those are great.
Thanks, Rach.
Cheers.
You helped write a new recipe. We'll dish up from here, so.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So you have it styled so beautifully in your book. Do you do that, food styling?
Nope.
No.
I'm like, no, I used to.
You did?
I used to cook, style, photograph it all.
Because
But,
this-
it was too much. This was a lovely food stylist that did that book and did the next one as well. And
it's
you know
beautiful.
what? It's funny because for sure, they probably undercook those.
So that they are brighter. Yeah.
And
Is
so
it
they
weird
don't
for me to
lose their
show it
shape.
to the camera? Isn't that pretty? It's beautiful.
Okay. And like, because it looks really nice to pull them up like that, but.
Ooh.
See now this.
Oh,
one.
yours isn't as pretty.
That's okay.
I
Mine's
just
a
said it
little
was
more-
hers. Oh, the ugly one's yours. Sorry, yours isn't pretty.
I don't mind. I don't mind not eating pretty food. Most of the time, that's what
It's still really pretty.
most of the time that's what my food looks like, anyways. All right. Oh, you know what? And I never salted our noodles either. So hold on. I'll just do a little. Salt doesn't hurt. And we'll do a crack of pepper on top afterwards. And okay, burners are off. Some sauce.
Oh, I'm really glad I chose
Yeah,
this.
we've got dessert and a meal.
Yeah, we do. This is a
Now-
best lunch of the week.
Do you think your kids would eat something like this? Because I don't know that mine.
I think they would both try it.
They would try it.
Yeah,
Same,
I
mine
do
would
think they will try it.
I think my kids would probably just like take a fork.
They
to
would
the-
get weird about the pancetta
Pancetta.
and start like dividing it up and putting it in like who gets how much. They would get weird about
Okay, our
pancetta.
fork's back here.
Yeah.
Should we go sit at
Table.
at your table?
Yeah.
All right.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Now I understand why people on food shows like talk with their mouths full.
Yeah, you have to take a very small bite so that you can talk
That's the
again.
trick. That's the trick.
It's like this teeny little bite.
Cheers.
Thanks for inviting me.
Anytime. I want one of these cookies now.
There's so many for your kids too.
Oliver will be thrilled.
I know.
My mouth is full of butternut squash right now. Thanks for coming.